what if God is even thinking about somebody else that is going to answer you?
So our topic today is being a present spouse. The reason I really love this topic is because I think it just speaks about learning how to live in the moment and a lot about intentionality. So I always say that my major love language is not quality
Intentional,
time,
mama.
is intentionality.
Hallelujah.
Once I can see intentionality shining through your actions,
Hey,
start
kabarash.
preaching. I just
Preach,
take it
ma.
as this person loves me. So I love when people are intentional. And you cannot be intentional without being present. Do you understand? So there was a time Tayo traveled. It's not the kind of job he does. He has to be out of town from time to time. And of course, we pray for those kind of experiences because we want him to go and make more money. Anyway, so Tayo had to travel this particular time and he was out of the city where we live. And I think that was like his longest trip from home. It was almost 1 week. It was like 5 days.
Since we got married.
Guys. That week I saw Shaggy. By the end of the week, I realized that my spouse is so present too. So what had happened was there are so many things that I would just shelf and just get done in the house that maybe I was not necessarily paying attention to. I just noticed that things are start working. And because he was not around that week, I had to like be the one stepping in. I was the only one in the house, by the way. So something as random as putting on the generator. For the life of me, I cannot put on generator. I could not on gen that week. So once there's no light and inverter is out, I'm on my own. I even stayed in darkness the whole day. Little things like that. And it made me really feel his absence. There's this quote I read one time about the fact that if your absence is not felt, that means your presence doesn't really make a difference. I'm not saying it as you were saying
Paraphrasing.
exactly, but that's what I understood. Like the fact that if I'm away and people do not feel my absence, like people are not wondering where to say it means that really my presence doesn't make a difference. That's why my absence can also not be felt. So I realized that Tayo had been doing so much that when he had to step out, I really felt like if somebody that left this house. Even the house felt it. I almost broke down that week. But anyway, the idea of this video is just to share. We felt that we should actually talk about how can you become present. How can you become present in your marriage relationship? And I also thinking about the topic, I actually think that this is something that can also impact on any relationship you find yourself. So be it a father-daughter relationship, like parent to child, be it a friendship kind of relationship, be it a pastor to church member. I mean, even worker to your boss and
It is
staff.
applicable.
I
don't know
think
what you
so.
want to look at.
I
it.
really think so. So today we're going to be sharing different aspects of how someone can be present. And we know that you just have one life, but sometimes for us to have deeper insights into life, we have to break it down. So we talk about spiritually,
Emotions.
financially, emotionally, mentally, and all that. So that's a direction we're going to employ as we have this conversation. So let's dive right in.
And God was even thinking about you when He did not answer you. So it's possible God is even thinking about somebody else that did not answer you. Physical presence is a lot, and sometimes people underrate and they underplay why you need to be physically present with people. And I think the reason why that is being done is because we don't understand what the true meaning of being physically present means. So some people will say, we don't need to be being in each other's faces. Yeah, it can be fine, doing your own thing. Somebody is locked up in the other room, but whenever you have the chance, how do you make the most of being physically present? So beyond just being there, right?
In the same space with them.
In the same space with the person, like I know that she's around. I know that she's around. What are other things you can do? You can come up with so that when you are no longer there in that space, the person will feel. So these are the things that she was talking about. I'm grateful that she was able to acknowledge, and then thank you for the accolades.
Flowers.
So, it was because she was able to feel that way because while I was around, even though we don't sit in the same space more often than not, but in the course of the day, we are not in our faces as such.
We are working
but
and
sometimes I'm away from the house completely. Even sometimes I'm that way. But when I'm available that way, I make sure that there are checks at intervals. There are things I just say. There are things I just ask. How is the day coming? How is your day? How is work coming? The meeting you are supposed to have. All those
Keeping
things.
tabs with the person.
Keeping tabs with the person
Yeah.
is not necessary for me to do all those things, but because I believe that it's still part of seeing yourself as the same. And I say this thing a lot, more often than not. I say it to people that beyond the husband and wife thingy,
Mm-hmm.
it is important for you to see yourselves as a
As
team,
friends.
as friends, and as a team. So when you see yourself as a team, it means that the success of this person is your success. If the person fails, you fail, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you are present with somebody physically, you want to make sure that your presence
It's
counts
felt.
is felt. Like the things you say while you are there,
Mm.
you don't necessarily have to help them do their work. You don't necessarily have to do the things they are doing at the moment. But how are you making, even if it is just words, especially if the person is a word of affirmation person, for
Yeah.
instance, even if the person is not, see, there's nobody that will reject good words, no matter
No.
how, just to
Even if you're
say,
the most hardened
I can
person,
see what you are doing. Well done. For
or
instance,
you
let's
look
say
beautiful
you,
this
you
morning.
look beautiful this morning. Sometimes just the person is whether the person is cooking, for instance. So let's go into that. The person is in the kitchen, your wife is in the kitchen cooking, and then you say, because I don't even want to go into that today. We've been taught and we've been raised as guys. Mommy in the kitchen cooking rice,
Right?
papa, daddy in the parlor watching what? Netflix, Abby.
Very annoying. Watching football.
We'll come back to that.
That is not for today's
it's
topic.
not for today. But let's assume that now you have left that place. You're not watching your Netflix again. You are going to the kitchen. It's not for you to go to the kitchen and be saying,
Beautiful Lord.
lateral, the food is not ready. Looking at the time, or you're looking at how many I can see wraps of Maggie. How many do you put? 5K. These are the things. You are present physically, but if you are consistent doing those kind of things, your presence physically will become what it will become.
You become a nuisance. They don't even want you
They
around.
don't want you around. So
Yeah.
your physical presence is no longer needed. So when you are
And
such
that is what
person, when
you're
the
even
person is
saying.
out, they say, oh well,
It's not
I
about
can
being
breathe.
just physically present. It's not
Yeah.
about the things
You
you're
do
doing.
while you are there physically.
Yeah. Now, something you also said I really like when you're talking about how that you check on the person,
Yeah.
like that part of words of affirmation. I also thought about it from the angle of even physical touch. So if you know your spouse is somebody that likes to be hugged, that likes to be touched, I mean,
Now
if
you
you
are
have to
paying
be
the
in the
sin. You are
physical
not doing
space,
anything.
hug her. You
You are
came back
hugging
from
your
work,
phone.
so you let's not go to that matter.
Okay.
Don't bring violence into this video.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
those are things that you should fill your moments together with. I
Yeah.
mean, you should make every moment count. Let those moments be priceless. Let them be weighty.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So under being present physically, what I will also say is, I think beyond sharing the same space with your spouse,
Yeah.
you have to be more intentional
Mm-hmm.
about what you are doing
Yeah.
when you guys are together.
Yeah.
Gadgets cannot replace having one-on-one conversation.
Yeah.
I can't be with you for 3 hours, and in those 3 hours, 2 hours, 30
You
minutes,
pressed
I
your
was on my
phone.
phone. I'm not present. You
Mhm.
understand? I can't be with you physically, and I'm not asking you about something like how was your day, or that feeling of, oh, you're coming back to somebody checking on you,
Mm-hmm.
asking you, oh, how did that client whatever go? Did you deliver the presentation?
Mm-hmm.
Those are things that makes your physical presence felt.
Important.
And it's part of your strengths.
Yeah.
So I was talking about the oninje, for example. I mean,
Mhm.
he's very good at making pando yam in the house. When we have sweet pando yam, more often than not, he's the one that makes it.
It's pride.
So it's
Because I'm
about
going
the
to
fact-
eat. I'm going to eat that pound of yam.
And if it's not well made,
If it's not well made, I will complain. So I
if
know
you
how to
can,
do
why
it.
can't you just, So there's that part about actually being intentional about shouldering some responsibilities for your partner. Right, when you know that this thing comes as a strength
For you.
it's not a big deal.
Mhm.
Another thing about being present to your partner is the fact that when you're with them, you have to kill distractions. I mean,
Very
there's this part
important.
of being intentional. You're having a conversation. How would I feel if I'm telling you something and the next I just realized that maybe you're just pick your phone, you're making a call randomly,
And we're still in the middle of the
Yes,
conversation.
nothing like, please excuse me, babe, or, oh, I have to do this. I just that you're just laughing.
Simple courtesy.
The one that can even pain. Let's say I'm explaining something that happened at work. I'm feeling bad about, oh, today my boss was very edgy and all that. I'm not telling you.
Watching comedy.
And I realize that you're just laughing. What is this? Like, you have shut me down.
So sorry, baby. Baby, sorry. Baby, sorry.
Baby, can you say it again? I didn't hear what you said. So really, when you are with the person, one of the ways to be present physically, you have to also kill distractions. You have to make sure you are listening. You are attentive.
It comes across as disrespectful.
Exactly. It's not even about solving the problem, but just the fact that you can hear them out.
Absolutely.
Hear what they are saying.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Absolutely. So it's important. So on physical presence, guys, we just want to say that, beyond just being there.
Yeah.
It is what you are doing while you are there.
What you're feeling.
Right? I'm going to go again and say just one final example. That the wife is in the kitchen somewhere because, I'm going to go there. I like to eat good food. So, in case you don't know. So if I come to your house, so just be warned, be prepared. The person is in the kitchen. Like they will say wife is supposed to be used to the kitchen and all of those things. We are not going into that. But now you are inside that kitchen. Now you want to say, I'm not like other guys. I will come and check. When you are there, what are you doing?
So good, babe.
What are you doing?
I remember the times he used to come and keep me company when I'm in the kitchen.
Yeah.
He's engaging me. Yeah, gisting, or he's asking me, okay, babe, what is next? Sometimes he will say, okay, should I raise right? You're not just there. And all that moment you're pressing. And there were even times I was saying, okay, let's just spend time worshiping when we're in the kitchen.
We've done that before. Just to make sure that time counts. So I was not the one cooking. While I was there, I did not take away the cooking from her.
Yeah,
I was only making. That's what it is. So,
so good, babe. I love
just think about it.
So really, if you have not been this kind of
think about it.
I think it's just a call to reflection and repentance.
Mm-hmm.
Repent.
I was going to say call to worship.
Yeah, this is very
revival,
response. You are too deep. That's good.
And God was even thinking about you when He did not answer Jesus. So it's possible God is even thinking about somebody else that did not answer you.
So our topic today is being.
I wanted to say vulnerable again. What do you want to say? Yeah, the one saying it now.
Being the presence. I was saying now, what's this? Please for this topic. I'm excited about it. I want to also feel.